Well, I will tell you, their responsiveness and transparency is so effective that I don't even know who they are. So I guess I would say apparently they're not so effective. We had an ombudsman for the internet that was established a number of years ago, which became a complete joke because it's sort of a dumping ground for complaints and sort of the black hole. Nothing ever came out of it. I honestly don't have any. I don't mean to be tongue-in-cheek, but I honestly don't have any personal experience with that office. I do know that among the most significant priorities for me in terms of particularly with spending, since I'm not a politician and I'm coming to this with no strings attached, right? I don't know anybody anything. One of the significant priorities for me is to say, let's get some transparency in spending and budgeting and peel back layers so that duplicated spending can go away and we can be more efficient and effective. So this notion of transparency across the board is very important to me. Also, your colleague and I spent a number of years doing a form of forensic accounting, rooting out financial fraud, and we had a lot of fun doing it. But more importantly than the fun part of it is we actually restored investments to people who had been bilked out of their life savings in many cases by fraudulent financial statements and bad guys in companies. So that whole transparency issue and concept is really close to my heart. I think it's one of the most important things that a government can do because the government really is the people's government. And it's one of the significant reasons I'm actually running for governor. It's because it's very damaging when you have a lack of transparency and a lack of accountability. It's one of the things that gets governments in trouble. So it's a commitment of mine to, speaking of reform, to reform that a little bit.